Way on the outside.
Almost into the wall. They're dicing and dancing again as they cross the start finish line. Bobby Hamilton makes the pass. And problems right as they go across the start finish line. Another big crash as they go across the start finish line. And the white flag had come out as they cross the start finish line. That will mean, I believe, Bobby Hamilton will win the Florida Dodge Dealers 250.
I think you're exactly right. The field is automatically frozen when the caution flag comes out, and it looked like Bobby Hamilton had taken the lead.
Scoring-wise, Jimmy Spencer is just ahead of Bobby Hamilton on the scoring charts. Now we have to wait.
That may have been how they came across the start-finish line, but Bobby Hamilton passed Jimmy Spencer after the start-finish line, and they were by the start-finish line when the accident happened.
We'll have to find out from NASCAR when the caution came out and where Bobby Hamilton and Jimmy Spencer were at. Jimmy Spencer's son anxious to find out, did his father just win the Florida Dodge Dealers 250, or will he be relegated to second? We're going to look from a camera that's up above, and you will be able to see when the yellow light comes on, Bobby Hamilton is in front of Jimmy Spencer.
I think that's the yellow lights right there, Michael. Let's see if we can see him go on here. Bobby's definitely ahead of him. There's a yellow light coming. I'm telling you, to me, that would be irrefutable proof that Bobby Hamilton would win this race.
Not if
any means necessary is what NASCAR has told us they will determine, to try to determine the winner of the race.
On the last lap, they will use video or any means necessary to try to determine who wins the race. Now, any other lap to settle disputes, they just go to the scoring loop, but they told us that any means necessary they will try to use and determine who wins this race.
We may see someone going to victory lane to push the two truck out of victory lane and push the 0-4 of Bobby Hamilton into victory lane. Look at Bobby Hamilton.
He's celebrating right now, Rick.
Is that celebration or frustration? Let's go down to Wendy.
Steve Park is going to hang on and win this race.
Coming into 3 and 4, Steve Park in the Jasper Engines and Transmissions number 62.
That puts him in some elite company field, winning on all 3 of NASCAR's big stages. Steve Park is the latest winner of a truck race.
Comes to the checkered flag, and Steve Park will win the American Racing Wheels 200.
All right, that's fun stuff right there.
Great side-by-side battle right here.
And they're racing to turn 1 that way.
Bobby's staying on the outside. He knows Ron. Look at him. He's pulling up beside him, it looks like.
Ron Hornaday on the inside as they go down the backstretch. Here comes Bobby Labonte on the high side. It's Bobby Labonte trying to get by Ron Hornaday as they go to 3 and 4.
Ron drives it down in the corner.
As they work their way through 3 and 4, they're side by side coming out of turn number 4 on the high side. Bobby Labonte, they hit again. It's Bobby Labonte and Ron Hornaday. Ron Hornaday goes across the start finish line just inches in front of Bobby Labonte.
How could this race have been better than last year? And I think it was.
I can't believe it.
We got it. I think we got it.
Oh, we got a crash on the first straightaway.
I think you got it, Hornaday, by about 6 inches.
He said 6 inches.
Yeah, thanks for the pit stop.
Our clock says 8/1000ths of a second.
And he was sideways doing it. That truck was out of control, and his foot was flat on the floorboard.
Almost deja vu. Ray Dunlap. Ricky Craven, Ron Hornaday coming through 3 and 4. Bobby Labonte right on the curb. He doesn't want to make a mistake. Coming at him, turn number 4. The checkered flag flies, and Bobby Labonte will win the Kroger 250. Great side-by-side racing between the 1 of Ted Musgrave and the 15 of Shane Meal. When they went across the stripe, it was a dead heat. They were side-by-side going across the start-finish line.
I couldn't figure out who was ahead, and the scoring monitor shows them tied.
A horrible break, but let's take nothing away from Ted Musgrave. What a dominating performance.
Unbelievable performance for Ted Musgrave today. He's led all but 2 laps as he comes out of turn number 4. He will see the checkered flag and become the first ever repeat winner at Gateway.
What
Setzer holding on for his second place finish. Jimmy Spencer with a great run makes it all the way up into third. Mike Skinner holds on for fourth. Rick Crawford rounding out the top five.
A first and a third for Ultimate Motorsports. What a great job by this one team. Now Ultimate Motorsports is tied again with Jack Roush for all-time wins in the series.
Hamilton needs a perfect turn to win this race. As he comes through 3 and 4, he will get that perfect turn and win the UAW GM 250.
What a great run by Bobby Hamilton. Those guys were not able to do anything with him. Such a difficult racetrack to pass on, but there you see Jack Sprague congratulating Bobby Hamilton. Here comes Shane Neal. He wants to say, let me congratulate him too.
Tried to make Terry Cook loose down there in that end of the corner, was not able to make it happen.
Here comes Kyle Busch, looking for his first ever win in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. As he comes out of turn number 4, across the start-finish line, Kyle Busch will win.
Oh, Steve Park and Johnny Benson side by side for fourth place.
What a terrific job by Richie Waters, Kyle Busch, that entire Billy Ballou team. Their second win as a team. They won Las Vegas with Shane Neal last year. What a great job by Kyle Busch. Remember, we haven't seen him in a truck since he was 16. Well, we saw him at IRP last year, had a good run going close to a top 10 finish.
Down the back stretch he goes. Tony Stewart looks as though he'll settle for second today. Terry Cook, another impressive run in third. But coming out of turn number 4, Kyle Busch will see the checkered flag and win the Dover 200. Great racing for position. David Rudeman with a strong finish, as does Ricky Brandon. Timothy Peters with another great run, finishing 6th today. In the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series.
Not going to take any chances with Johnny Sauter here.
Coming out of turn number 4, Jack Sprague comes across the start-finish line and wins the Chex 400K.
Johnny Benson comes along second position. Dennis Setzer third. Mike Skinner holds on for fourth, and a great run by Matt Crafton, a top 5.
Two drivers looking on the inside of the track, Kevin Harvick and Kyle Busch, and smoke coming out of the wad of Ted Musgrave. Musgrave looks as though he blows a motor.
He does, and he got oil all over Kevin Harvick's windshield, and Harvick can't see. No caution yet. Harvick is having trouble seeing, I guarantee you.
Caution flag not coming out. The flagman's grabbed the white flag, and so he wants to let everyone know that there's one lap of racing to go as Musgrave brings the number 1 Dodge on the inside of the track, and Dennis Setzer will take the white flag.
And just as we anticipated, Bobby Hamilton, the 04, went to the high side.
And as soon as the white flag came out, the yellow flag came after it, meaning Dennis Setzer will win the Paramount Health Insurance 200. There will not be a green-white checkered after the white flag has been displayed.
You got to make about another half a lap under caution.
NASCAR has let us know Dennis Setzer took the white flag and then the caution flag came out, and so it will be Dennis Setzer claiming his first win in 2005.
Remember, the minute that caution was displayed, the field was frozen. They came across right there: Setzer, Kyle Busch, Bobby Hamilton, Kevin Harvick, and Mike Skinner. Bobby Labonte being his teammate this weekend, I think has been a big plus for that team, because Bobby and Tony both in the Cup cars qualified very well. Transfer some of that information over to this guy. He wins the race.
Crew chief.
And with more from the team of the 46, Wendy, I think you're standing by our crew chief. His best finish before tonight, second in a Truck Series race at the Milwaukee Mile. As he works his way through the final turn, coming out of turn number 4, the Toyota Tundra Milwaukee 200 winner will be Dennis Setzer.
What an incredible race. And here comes second place, Jack Sprague right there.
Down the backstretch they go. Todd Bodine out in front of the field. Just behind him, Todd Cleaver, David Rudeman, Mike Skinner. As they come out of turns 3 and 4, nobody has anything for Todd Bodine. He will come to the start-finish line, the winner of the O'Reilly Auto Parts 250.
think Toyota broke their losing streak in style. Todd Bodine first, David Rudiman third, Mike Skinner fourth, and Bill Lester career best fifth. 4 Toyotas in the top 5.
As they work their way into 3 and 4, it's Dennis Setzer just in front of Todd Bodine. Setzer goes a little high. Todd Bodine stays down low. The momentum is going to carry Dennis Setzer to the start-finish line, and he'll win the Built Ford Tough 225.
What a terrific job by Dennis Setzer and his bunch, but what a horrible break for Terry Cook. Inside of 5 laps to go for his first victory in 71 starts. And he cuts down a tire and makes contact with the outside wall. But Dennis Setzer wins number 3 of the year.
Only 6 trucks on the lead lap. That is how dominant the 46 team and Dennis Setzer has been. The short track ace comes out of turn number 4, and he will win his 4th race of 2005.
Wow. But it had drama, didn't it, Rick? Written all over. We didn't know he was going to win his 4th race with about 10 to go.
Unbelievable. Dennis Setzer coming home with the win. Unofficially, Todd Cleaver 2nd, Ron Hornaday 3rd, Matt Crafton with a great performance in 5th tonight, and Jimmy Spencer rounding out the top 5. It's David Rudiman, though, out in front of this one as the battle continues for 2nd. The NTN bearings of David Rudiman will see the checkered flag for the first time in his career.
What a terrific race. Look at him racing 3 wide back there for about 4th.
They did some swapping there in that last corner now. Skinner, he slid back up in front of those guys. I believe Musgrave got right back around him.
Quite a few years as he comes through 3 and 4. The Toyota Tundra driven by Mike Skinner is going to see the checkered flag and win in Bristol.
You guys are the best. You guys deserve so much more than this. Doggone it, you deserve more than this.
Well, they came off turn 4. I can't believe it.
I can't believe it either. It doesn't look like Kevin Harvick is going to have anything for Bodine for 2nd, and Mike Skinner will come out of turn number 4 and win race number 2 on the 2005 season.
Tracy Hines emerges with a top 5 finish and ties his career best. Mike Wallace with a great run in that 12 truck finishes 6th.
To make that truck stick and drive away from these guys, take all question out of the equation.
Rick Crawford listening to his spotter Milt as he comes out of turn number 4.
Behind him, Spencer just spun Todd out.
Todd Bodine gets spun around, but Rick Crawford will win the Sylvania 200. Dennis Setzer, Ted Musgrave coming home 2nd and 3rd.
Great run for Clay Rogers.
That's what I'm talking about.
I think that was Rick Crawford there. You think he's happy?
I've never been the more proud of a team in my life. You guys fought and fought and fought. Unbelievable.
1st and 2nd, Ted Musgrave just in front of Todd Bodine. The sparks now flying out of the 16 of Jack Sprague. Damage to that number 16. And here comes Todd Bodine. He takes over the top spot from Ted Musgrave. Bodine with the powerful truck tonight has taken over the lead as they go down the backstretch. Now just 3 and 4 separate Todd Bodine from the checkered flag. And as he comes out of turn 4, Todd Bodine will win the Las Vegas 350.
Side by side for 3rd. Looks like David Starr got 3rd.
We got a spin on the front stretch right here coming to the checkered flag, guys.
Chad Chapman spinning across the infield. But how about Jack Sprague after drilling the wall, sparks flying from underneath that truck, battling back side by side with David Starr. Down the backstretch, Ricky Craven has put 10 truck lengths between himself and 2nd place Todd Cleaver. As he comes out of turn 4, the checkered flag will fly. The Kroger 200 goes to Ricky Craven.
Wow, that's a great story, man. I'm so happy for Ricky Craven.
Nice job, Ricky Craven. Nice job.
1 lap of racing to go. Jack Sprague just in front of Johnny Benson, and Kyle Busch has moved to 3rd.
He needs to get one on this corner, and then he needs to get our leader Jack Sprague the next corner. I think he's going to do it.
on the bottom of the racetrack. Kyle Busch able to hug the white line as he goes through 1 and 2. Down the backstretch, Jack Sprague will try to block. Can he block Kyle Busch? Kyle Busch looks high. They go through 3 and 4. Here comes Jack Sprague up high, and here comes Johnny Benson. Benson's going to slide out of 4. Sprague's going to slide out of 4, and Kyle Busch is going to win this race.
What kind of finishes can we have here?
Bobby Labonte got hit hard by the 50 truck.
And then the 75 came along, but what amazing finishes we've had here at Atlanta.
Mile-and-a-half tracks have been extremely good to Todd Bodine in 2005. He won in Kansas earlier this year. He also won in Las Vegas, and he will win in Texas again.
You don't know how hard it is to win one of these things until you've been down there and give it a try, huh, Phil?
Yeah, what a great job Todd Bodine and his entire team has done. They finished first and second like 5 or 6 times in the last 10 races.
Oh, there they go off turn 2.
We've got a problem down the backstretch. Joey Miller, David Starr. The caution is going to come out. It will be official. Todd Bodine in front of Jack Sprague.
There goes Dennis Setzer and Ted Musgrave right there.
As he comes across the start-finish line, Todd Bodine wins the Ford 200. And with that, Ted Musgrave is the 2005 NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series champion.
It's official this time.
Yeah. I don't think we're going to have a recount. No hanging chads here.
One to go.
Oh, here you go. Round they go.
Big right flag. Now, around goes John Wood, the 20 of Denny Hamlin, and the 0 of Curtis Davis. The question will be, did the yellow come out before Tony Stewart took the white flag? If it did, they will go to the...
Let's come around and see what happens here. Hold on.
They'll go to the scoring loops across the racetrack, and we'll have a green-white checker
I'm telling you, I took the white
restart.
flag. You never do the yellow until afterwards.
Well,
Copy that. That's what I saw. Let's see what happens here.
You heard Tony's view of it.
The key is not the flagman, it's the caution lights. That's what they go off of.
When do the lights come on? If Stewart had passed under the white flag, it's the race.
Everybody be cool now. Let's just wait and see what happens here.
That's good advice. We'll wait for NASCAR to sort this out as to whether or not it's over or we have a green-white checker finish.
Well, let's take a look at it and see what happened here. This is back in the pack. Cars get a little loose, start bouncing off each other. John Wood in the 47.
Curtis Davis.
That's pretty much at pit road entrance. That tells me that Tony had to be at the line. I don't know if he was passed or not.
Checkered flag has waved for Tony Stewart. He and Kevin Harvick drafted together to the front to win the Hershey's Take 5 300. Tony Stewart has crashed. Still under green, checkered flag in his first California Busch Series start. Mark Martin gets his 46th NASCAR Busch Series win.
This battle right here, this is a battle for 7th between Jamie McMurray and his 64, David Strimming the 14. Lee McMurray beat him just by a little bit. Still, that's a great job by Strimming to come home in 8th place. What a way to start the season.
Off turn 6. Headed for 7 and 8 and the start-finish line and the checkered flag. Martin Truex Jr.'s last Busch Series win came at Memphis. He was 4th at Daytona and takes the checkered flag. Martin Truex Jr. wins the first NASCAR point race in Mexico.
Stremme looks to have second. Nope, here comes Harvick. Harvick on the inside, charging hard. Side by side. Mark Martin's going to win it.
Stremme trying to push him down, but Harvick leads him back to the line.
Harvick got that run off of 2, got down underneath of Stremme, and there wasn't anything he could do about it.
Not giving him as much room as he might need, so he went to the very, very bottom. Down in the third turn he goes.
Then he snipped a draft off of the 36, Stanton Barrett. That opened up the gap on Stewart, and here he comes, the rookie from the pole, Carl Edwards. And the turn 4.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Nothing like winning your first race.
Edwards scores the 3rd straight Atlanta Busch Series win for Jack Roush with 3 different drivers.
Michael Waltrip and Jason Leffler as winners here at the Nashville Super Speedway. As he enters turn 4. Checkered flag, this time by for 19-year-old Reed Sorensen as he picks up his first career NASCAR Busch Series victory.
And we knew it was only a matter of time. I talked about it a second ago, Steve, as you see this crew. Remember, this was the crew 1 week ago in Atlanta that basically was loading their car up before the race. They did not make the race, so what a turnaround. There you see Brian Patty right there. The crew chief gets his first win with Reed Sorensen, won a ton of races with Joe Nemechek over at Demco Motorsports, but what a turnaround for this race team. But he's going to win the battle down the backstretch.
Carl Edwards under Ashton Lewis for the win. Kevin Harvick does the Bristol double.
And I have no idea who finished 4th. Matt Kenseth in the 17 or Sterling Marlin in the 40.
They are giving it to Kenseth by 6/1000ths of a second. Casey Kane gets his 2nd NASCAR Busch Series win from 25th starting position.
Congratulations to John Wood, his new crew chief. Moved over there from James Finch racing over the winter.
While Truex and Yaley and Hamlin and Barrett from 10th on back.
Nice job tonight, guys.
I would say so.
Yeah, you didn't do bad yourself there either, Biff. Nice job on your part.
From bringing out the first caution to driving to victory lane, Greg Biffle does it. There is Elliott Sadler 2nd, David Stremme 3rd, Harvick 4th. And look at this race for 15th. That's Paul Menard and Kenny Wallace. Trade paint and sheet metal all the way to the line.
Paul Menard wins the battle with those 4 fresh tires.
John Wood in only his 12th Busch Series start, trying to grab the win from Martin Truex Jr.
Yeah, Kerry got out there, but he couldn't go anywhere, and that pretty well sealed the deal right there.
Side by side for 6th, LaJoie battling with Jason Keller.
Nose to tail behind you here, buddy.
Earnhardt loses the draft and falls to LaJoie. Oh boy, here comes Lewis to the high side. This is it. This is for the money.
Yeah, he looked. But he's smart enough to, you got to get back down in line or you're going to lose. I think he got it all right, but Kerry just about got him.
Yeah, Ashton Lewis Jr. finished 4th, Kerry Earnhardt 5th. Randy LaJoie finishes 6th.
Unofficially 4th to 5th, 1/1000th of a second. To Greg Biffle and then Jeff Burton. Spin out, back straightaway, car on the wall. White flag waving, that car is Carl Edwards. It continues, and we're going to get a green flag finish. Here they come. Matt Kenseth started 24th. He wins it.
Still battling here. Kenny Wallace 2nd, Truex Jr. 3rd, Biffle 4th, Jeff Burton 5th.
I believe Carl Edwards spun down to the inside, bounced off the inside wall, kept going, and came across the line 11th.
I think he'll wreck.
Sadler tries to pinch him. Sauter having trouble holding off the 4th place car.
He gets him sideways.
I think they might wreck. But they saved it.
Here comes Sauter and Kane. It's going to be 4 cars under a blanket. And the winner, Carl Edwards.
Awesome.
What a save coming off turn 2, though, by Elliott Sadler in that 90 car. Rick Hendrick, car owner on the left.
And here he comes, joining Tim Richmond as back-to-back May Busch Series winners at Lowe's Motor Speedway, Kyle Busch in the Lowe's Chevrolet, and they wrecked in turn 4. We saw smoke, and there's the volcano erupting, and it's Yaley.
J.J. Yaley in the 18 car comes within a quarter of a lap. Now remember, the caution was displayed. The field was frozen at that point, but that did not affect our top 5 or 6.
Nice and easy.
Home field advantage for the driver of the Tracker Boats Bass Pro Shop Chevrolet. Mark Truex Jr. gets his 3rd win of the season at his home racetrack and names the Monster Mile.
We thought he was backing off for a second. I don't think I'd have done that. I looked a little edgy.
What a terrific job by Carl Edwards, Brad Parrott. We doubted his call to come in and put tires on it. The caution flag helped him. It's going to bring him the win, Mark.
They took a very big gamble, but it paid off big. The crowd on its feet to cheer Carl Edwards down to the checkered flag. His 2nd Busch Series win of 2005, the 3rd for his career, with Martin Truex Jr. almost a half a second back at the finish. A great run for Carl Edwards. He leads 150 of the 200 laps.
We're no longer in a rain delay. This is an officially rain-shortened race from the Milwaukee Mile. The SBC 250 has been won by Johnny Sauter because the skies opened up about 15 minutes ago and dumped more rain on this mile track. And so, as the rain continues to fall, we've caught up with the winner of this race, standing by with Ray Dunlap.
Don't look that way.
Martin Truex Jr. through 3 and 4. Off the final turn with Harvick in his rearview mirror and Biffle on Harvick's bumper. Sees the checkered flag. Harvick looking to make one more move, but there won't be enough room, and Martin Truex Jr. wins at Daytona.
You guys are awesome. Daytona.
Newman was fast most of the race, but when Harvick got out in front, nobody could do anything with him. Biffle falling back, Newman falling back. Edwards to 4th, Martin 5th. Kevin Harvick out of turn 4, checkered flag waving. Kevin Harvick wins at Chicagoland.
Ooh, 18 around. Oh, on the last lap. Now, what kind of break is that?
That ground on you right now.
Whoa! This is where the mirror comes into play?
Yeah.
Edwards on the high side in turn 4. Martin Truex Jr. trying to win on his home track. He won't hold off Carl Edwards, and Martin Truex wins in New Hampshire.
Elliott Sadler will finish 4th over Jimmy McMurray.
Tried to drive him hard off a 2. David Green got away. Maybe Davey didn't show him everything this time. It's been a long time since David Green's won a race. October 2003, Kansas City, but he's done it in Colorado Springs today. David Green leads only 2 laps on the day, the last 2, and he's the winner at Pikes Peak. Good stuff. Sorensen's going to lead the most laps tonight, and he's going to win the race as the 19-year-old from Forest Park, Georgia, takes his 2nd NASCAR Busch Series win. Sorensen winning the Wallace Family Tribute 250 by 4 car lengths over Mike Wallace. As Sorensen continues to try and work over Clint Boyer, but Martin Truex Jr., the defending series champion, is going to make it his 6th win of 2005. Truex to the checkers at IRP.
Is that going to work? It did work.
Final turn right here. Ryan Newman through turn 7. Robbie Gordon's going to run out of race. That was fun to watch. Ryan Newman comes home the winner at Watkins Glen.
That was
was a great comeback by Robbie Gordon, though. I mean, he did a good job.
I don't think Tony Stewart and Brian Vickers are happy with each other.
Yeah, that's probably from the little interloop deal.
They're weaving at each other, just trying to cool each other off.
Sure they are.
Inside the windows.
These points are big for Edwards.
Oh, wow. He's sliding there.
Wow. They're battling for second, but Ryan Newman, charging to the checkered flag, wins at Michigan. Biffle got second.
Harvick came back too.
Tell you what, give Newman a lot of credit. Well.
No, Biffle's not going to do it. Ryan Newman wins 3 in a row and takes the checkered flag at Bristol.
That was a good job because Newman didn't have the fastest car there.
We're coming to the checkered.
You saw those fireworks going down the back stretch. Tony already won the race. Now Carl Edwards out of turn 4. Checkered flag. Carl Edwards wins in California, and the fireworks are official.
That is what you call a team effort, and we as a team will show this racing organization, NASCAR, that we're behind their effort 110% for the relief fund. Thank y'all, guys.
Kenseth going to try it one more time. I don't know. Kevin Harvick wins. Menard gets second. Outstanding run for Harvick. Strong performance for Paul Menard.
Yeah, buddy. Great job. Great job in the pits. Great job for all of you guys.
Oh, and Casey Kane's not going. He's going to run hard on the outside. Biffle, he's still there.
Loose.
He's still there. Oh,
oh, I'll tell you what.
What a job both of those drivers did.
That was impressive.
The beginning of the day, we talked about how this track has earned a reputation for producing close finishes, and here comes another one. Greg Biffle and Casey Kane out of 4 to the line for the checkers.
And Casey Kane has the run.
Kane wins.
Wow. That is a great job. Wow. I did not think Casey Kane could hold them off.
A lot of guys.
Yeah, this is going to be fun to watch this last corner.
Ryan Newman out of turn 4. Newman brings the field to the checkered flag.
And they're reckoning 4.
5 in a row for Newman. A crash coming up at 4.
Amy McMurray
goes across the finish line sideways. Well, that's appropriate.
Yeah. He was on a low side coming off the 4, and guess what happened? He got loose.
Well, every once in a while, the class of the field.
Oh, there's trouble. Spin one into the wall in the corner. Have not seen the caution flag.
That'll be it. You'll be coming to the checkers. Come to the checkers. No caution. No caution. Come on to the checkers.
It was Regan Smith that went around. He is driven away. Checkered flag is up. Dominating performance today by Clint Boyer. What a win.
Checker flag. Good job, Real. Way to hang in there. We had some bad luck, but, you know, we hung in there.
His wife, Delana. Crash. J.J. Yaley. Caution is out. And the checkered flag is out. Kevin Harvick has won the race.
Incredible drive today. Matt Kenseth made it fun in the final laps as well. But you want to talk about a driver on the roll. The young man from Missouri behind the wheel of that 60 car, Carl Edwards, racing for a championship on Sundays and another win on Saturday.
Jimmy, you are the man. You are the man.
Bill's going to get one more run here, guys.
He just can't get close enough to him, Bill.
Running low. You're clear. Running low on your
Couldn't get there. Newman pulls him off of 4. Ryan Newman wins at Homestead. And Martin Truex Jr. goes back-to-back in the championship race.
Ryan Newman, you are the man.
Newman.
Stewart looks low. He's got Gordon now up high. Gordon has Biffle. Jeff Gordon clawing his way toward the front.
Ryan Newman's
You in the 12. 12 jumped up top.
Jimmy's pulling away.
Yeah, he got those guys that Ryan had to block the 24 and gave Jimmy a little extra room there coming to the flag.
Jimmy Johnson wins the Budweiser shootout in his 3rd appearance, and he will take Hendrick Motorsports to victory lane in this event for the 5th time.
I tell you, that's a darn good race.
Yes, it was.
Half a lap to go.
Biffle's been good all weekend. Comes Ryan Newman. Got the push.
Now, who's back there against Kerry? Kenny Wallace in the 00. Battling Kerry Earnhardt, 33 and 00 for the final transfer spot.
See Jamie McMurray in the 42 car. Remember, it wasn't that long ago. He was down a lap.
Down to the line in the first to the Gatorade duel. Junior below the line.
Mikey got him.
Michael Waltrip wins it in the final 500 feet.
Oh, boy.
Mike Skinner finishes 3rd to transfer into the 500. And unofficially, Kenny Wallace by 1/100th of a second over Kerry Earnhardt, the last transfer spot. Matt Kenseth fighting back.
Robbie Gordon in the 7. If he can get by Martin Truex in the 1, he'll make the Daytona 500. They're coming to the checkered flag.
And that's his only shot.
It's going to be close. He's going to have the, well, no, Riggs is going to save the 1 car.
Stewart. Tony Stewart wins. Jeff Burton 2nd. Kevin LePage 3rd. Martin Truex race his way in the final transfer spot. And Kerry Earnhardt will pack up and head home. Sitting with Bobby Hutchins there. A tough break for Kerry. He won't be in the Daytona 500 because Boris said and John Andretti will take the final 2 spots based on Sunday's qualifying speed.
He hadn't all day.
Push to the outside. Gordon slams the door on him in the turn 3.
6 cars have a chance to win it. Jeff Gordon's going to lead him into turn 4. They're 1 mile from home.
Tony Stewart just slid up the racetrack. He and Jimmy Johnson are going to make contact.
3 wide. They're bouncing off each other.
Jeff Gordon's going to win his 3rd Daytona 500. Kurt Busch, Dale Jr., and Scott Riggs completes a dream week with a 4th place finish.
Boy, he did. And by those cars right there, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th.
Thank God, boys. How we doing it?
Boys, Tony Stewart and Jimmy Johnson are going at each other down there in the turn 1.
Real good. Just protect the bottom down here. Protect the back.
Kurt's late wingman right there.
Basically, he's holding him up just enough that Greg's going to be able to get to the finish line here first.
Kurt Busch holds Jimmy Johnson at bay, and Greg Biffle is coming around to win in Montana, California.
Good job, boys.
And he is glad to see 250 laps on that board.
Those tires had no more laps left in them. That's 0 laps left in my tires.
So the House of Roush.
Absolutely rock. I love my job. I love my team. And boys, let's see a victory lane.
The House of Roush becomes a teardown for Hotel Hendrick. Jimmy Johnson brings the Lowe's Chevrolet to the checkered flag. 5 wins in 2 seconds in the last 9 races for Johnson.
Yeah, Mike, 3 Hendrick cars in the top.
Turn 2, a crash on the final lap.
Jeremy Mayfield, I'm not sure what happened.
So now the rest of this field will freeze as the caution waves for Mayfield's crash on the final lap.
And he cut the margin in less than half. Hey, boys, watch this. Jimmy goes up high to block him. That may or may not be good.
If he can get that run right here, if he can get it, keep that momentum.
He's going to get a run at him.
He'll get one shot at turn 3 and 4.
I'm telling you, they're going to be side by side when they come to the line. It's going to be another one of those fantastic Atlanta finishes.
Johnson tries to block him. It's who can stay in the throttle here off turn 1.
And here they come, and I think Cole's got the advantage. He does. He wins. Cole Ruddy has done it. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
2/100ths of a second after 500 miles.
There is the man right there. That is the man. Yesterday, we called him NASCAR's newest star. Today, he confirmed it. Look at Mom. Look at the tires. Splinters all rubbed off of them. Nothing like a sunny afternoon in Bristol, Tennessee.
Kevin Harvick from the back to the front scores the 77th career Cup win for owner Richard Childress. Harvick wins the Food City 500.
Elliott Sadler, our pole sitter, second.
And 2 Dodges, with both Mark Martin and Rusty Wallace in the top 5 in their final Martinsville spring appearance. Jeff Gordon scores his 71st career win and his 6th at Martinsville.
Got him sideways coming across the finish line here. Scott Riggs in the 10.
Yeah, there was some moving and shaking back in there. There's Rick and Robbie Loomis.
If you can get it off the 4, give me some room on that 77.
I'd say that'd be the thing to do.
Greg Biffle's going to lead 219 laps. And for car owner Jack Roush, it's going to be 4 wins with 4 different drivers. Greg Biffle wins in Texas.
Jamie McMurray second. Jimmy Johnson in third. Casey Mears fourth. Sterling Marlin fifth. 3 Ganassi cars in the top 5.
Little brother got home 6th today. Good job for that team.
Kevin Harvick, 29 car, has problems, and he will drop from 9th place. Off turn 4. Kurt Busch, the defending series champ, gets his 12th career win, the 5th win at Phoenix for car owner Jack Roush, and Busch's 1st victory of the season.
Jeff Gordon protecting that bottom of the racetrack. You can see Michael Waltrip all over the back bumper of Tony Stewart.
They just can't get to him. They're there, but they can't get enough run on him to get by him. It's a long way down here to the start-finish line, but I just don't think they got the steam. Jeff's car is just too fast.
A lot of races have been decided between right here and the finish line, down past the pit exit. But Jeff Gordon is going to hold him off and win the Aaron's 499. Tony Stewart, a hard-fought second. Michael Waltrip third. Jeremy Mayfield to 4th. And Jamie McMurray, top 5.
Oh, Ken Schrader finished 8th, but Jeff Gordon led 138
make it easy. I'll
laps.
give me a race.
He's got it made. If he can just ride her through here, just keep her between the rails.
I mean, Jeff Gordon drove that thing down into turn 3. Greg Biffle leads 176 laps and wins the Dodge Charger 500.
And they're wrecking come the start-finish line. Rusty Wallace in the 2. Kevin Harvick in the 29.
Not sure what that's all about.
And Darlington Raceway, the lady in black, has the last word as usual.
You know who had the last word? Doug Richard. Gambling, changing just 2 right-side tires at Darlington.
Smart move.
He served as his mentor for a season, and now it's all his own. Off turn 4. Casey Kane is a winner at last.
Boy, what a battle though for second and for him and for fourth.
They were poking and gouging back there
for second. I'm telling you, Brian Newman was all over the back of Tony. And here comes Tony to congratulate Casey. How could you call it? Who would you like to beat? Who's the guy you'd like to see in your rearview mirror when you win your first race?
It appears everybody's going to congratulate Casey Kane. You see Ryan Newman in the 12 pull up there and congratulate.
Tommy Baldwin, Ray Everham, this whole crowd. They have had some heartbreaks, man, with this car. To win tonight, that's a great accomplishment.
And finally, Casey Kane can stop dodging the question, when will you finally win?
Doesn't really matter.
This is the battle right here. Brian Vickers, he's on the high side. Got a little bit of a runoff turn two.
But a big block by Bliss.
It's going to get exciting down here, boys.
Go or go home time right now.
Vickers turns it to the bottom, but he can't get by.
He can't get on. He just can't get enough nose under him without getting into him. Oh, he did get him.
Sideways.
He spins him in. Vickers wins.
He did. Vickers has beat him across the line just by a car length. Mike Bliss did a whale of a job.
Did we make it? Did we make it?
No, Mike, you didn't make it. It's not the first.
Did we win? Did we win?
That's Mike Bliss you're hearing. It is not the first time there's been a last lap spin on All-Star Night.
No, Mark is just too good, and Elliott's done everything he can, but Mark's just too good. Here he comes off turn 4.
Nice job, bud. Bring it home here.
Mark Martin wins the Nextel All-Star Challenge and $1,101,000.
Look at this battle before between Jeff Ford and Jimmy Johnson. Jeff Ford will beat him back to the line to finish 4th. Jimmy Johnson 5th, and their teammate Brian Vickers finishes 3rd.
Last time.
He can't do it. I don't believe he can do it unless Bobby messes up.
There he goes to the bottom, Darryl. They're going to be side by side.
You can't.
Bobby's on the half side.
You can't pass over there. There's no way.
All clear. One last charge right here, man.
It's all over, boys.
Was that the last best move made too soon?
Here he comes. Outside.
Just like in Atlanta last March. He's not going to be able to do it. I don't think they're side by side.
Here he comes. Jimmy
Hey, baby, bring it.
He did it. 3 in a row. Jimmy Johnson.
By 2/100ths of a second.
I thought when he got beat off of turn 2, it was all over, but he drove it in on the outside and won it.
Boy, was that worth staying up late for, or what?
Incredible.
Here to Wilmington.
He just needs to be 3 and 4 here. Don't get involved in any lap traffic.
Greg Biffle becomes the 27th different Nextel Cup driver to win at Dover. He gets Jack Roush his 6th victory of the season.
And now we'll tell you about second place because they just crossed the line.
I believe Mark Martin's got a problem. We got a car in the wall. It's Bobby Labonte in turn 2.
Caution. At lap 199, caution is out, and we are going to have to check with NASCAR to see if we have already entered the green flag checker scenario. So caution comes out with the white.
We get one shot at the green-white checkered.
And the question will be, did we already have it when the green came out with 2 to go?
Well, Carl Edwards thinks we did. Fantastic.
We'll take the checker flag this time, and then you do whatever you want, buddy.
And I don't know about Dale Carl Edwards that or not. Because we know one thing he's going to do. He's going to bring that bad boy right back here to the start-finish line and do a little backflip.
And I think these fans know that's what he's going to do. No longer a battle. Kyle Mitchell could drive by him in the 5 car.
Youth has served.
4 tires have served.
Mr. Feelgood came through that time.
Greg Biffle coming off turn 4. 5th win of the season, 8th win of his Nextel Cup career for Biffle, and Tony Stewart holds off Mark Martin for 2nd by a 1/10 of a second.
Well, they didn't need to tell him because that's been.
Oh, Rudd got a good run off of 10 there. I think it's going to pay off for him.
And Kurt might not be expecting Rudd to hold the bottom here. checkered flag will be in the air. 20th career win for Tony Stewart, his 4th Nextel Cup Road Course victory, and Ricky Rudd holds off Kurt Busch for 3rd. Rusty Wallace, Dale Jarrett, Elliott Sadler, and Ron Fellows is the first of the road course ringers. Nice job by Brian Simo to finish in the top 10.
Yeah, that 20 car will get awfully wide from this point on.
Half a lap for Tony Stewart. Won on the road course a week ago at Sonoma. Picked up emotion and momentum, pursuing his 2nd Nextel Cup championship. Tony Stewart, a native of Indiana, has always wanted to win in Indianapolis, but tonight he's going to shut out the field, and Tony Stewart takes the checkered flag at Daytona.
Exaggerated on 8, but it's enough.
Through 3 and 4, Dale Earnhardt Jr. has struggled all season, but today the Great 8 goes back to victory lane. Earnhardt wins in Chicago.
No, he's not happy.
No, he's not happy. Bit happy. No.
Remember, those two had contact just a few laps ago. They're going to battle it out for 4th, but Tony Stewart's going to bring that Home Depot Chevrolet off of turn 4. And Tony Stewart, a winner at Daytona, now wins at New Hampshire.
Here comes Bobby Labonte, finished 3rd, and here comes the battle for the 4th position between Busch and Biffle.
And Kyle probably won't let up. We'll just keep going. Newman continues with the clinic.
Here comes Stewart. Stewart's got a head of steam right there.
And his teammate Bobby Labonte behind him. Caution is out. That will decide it. Kurt Busch is the race winner. One attempt at the green-white checkered finish. The caution comes out. Kurt Busch will come back and get the checkered flag under the caution. As soon as the caution comes out, the field is frozen. They are on the track. Not by scoring loop, but by visual sightings and by TV cameras around the track. There was no question here, though. Kurt Busch was the leader.
Awesome job, guys. Awesome job, Kurt Busch. Awesome.
And Kurt Busch takes the checkered flag at Pocono.
This is going to be really, really big for him.
Half a lap to go. The fans cheering. Through turn 4, the last trip down the front stretch. Tony Stewart, a native Hoosier, his dream comes true. Tony Stewart wins the Allstate 400 at the Brickyard. Let the party begin. Won at Sonoma earlier this year. Tony Stewart, the new road course king in the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series. Sweeps off of 7, makes the right-hander. He can see the checkered flag now. Tony Stewart goes back-to-back and wins at the Glen.
Talk about dominating.
Mayfield down the backstretch.
Does he have enough?
Does he have enough fuel to get there? Can Riggs possibly rope him in? You come to Michigan, sometimes you have to gamble to win. Jeremy Mayfield, driving for Ray Evernham, raced his way into the chase 1 year ago, and today Jeremy Mayfield takes the checkered flag at Michigan.
And Matt Kenseth will finish in 3rd. Wow. How disappointing is that? He's trying as hard as he possibly can to catch that 17 car, but he's not going to be able to do it.
He's not. Matt Kenseth wins at Bristol.
Jeff Gordon comes back to finish sixth. Great finish for Mike Bliss.
Tony Stewart in a backup car. 8th.
Good job.
Through turns 3 and 4. Tomorrow the headlines will say Busch won at California.
Here it is.
But it'll be Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch wins at California.
Yeah, get it, get it, get it. Your 6-Pro Cup winner by 4 days, Kyle Busch, baby. Yeah.
Down the backstretch. Kurt Busch, the defending series champion, locked into the chase for the Nextel Cup, is going to take the checkered flag. Kurt Busch wins at Richmond.
Good job, guys. Good job.
And Ryan Newman.
Hear that relief?
Everything's got, but looks like it is over. Yep, I don't think he's going to be close enough to even make a move on him.
Has one more chance down in 3 and 4.
That's where Ryan Newman has been so good.
Newman off of 4. The chase begins in New Hampshire and Ryan Newman wins. Kenseth gets 3rd, Biffle 4th. Rusty Wallace and Mark Martin for a position. And then Jimmy Johnson.
Wow, he's underneath them. He's right there. Oh, Jimmy said, come on, teammate, cut me some slack.
Through turns 3 and 4 now. Kyle Busch, the rookie, looking at Johnson, the championship contender. Teammates coming to the checkers. Jimmy Johnson wins at Dover.
Now it just depends on who goes with who.
And how strong that 88 is, we're finally going to find out. Oh, crash! Kyle Petty. Hard crash. We stay green. Now the caution is out. Race is over. There are 19 scoring loops around this track.
The 88
All the way, baby, all the way.
88 might have been in front.
NASCAR will use their scoring loops and television replays to determine the position of the cars on the track. You do not race back to the yellow in NASCAR. And it was a wreck Dale Jarrett was involved in that brought on that rule.
Yeah, baby, we're back on the map.
This is crew chief Todd Parrott.
I don't think Greg can catch him.
Last week we asked Mark about his 34 wins, what the next one would mean. He said he really didn't care about the next race win. He just wanted the championship. But he's going to get the win. Win number 35 for Mark Martin.
You guys are such a great car. Kenny, you're a precious man. You did it all right today. I love you guys.
2 more turns. Does not look like Busch can get there. Jimmy Johnson has had a wild night. He and his crew have fought through all kinds of problems. But Jimmy Johnson, 4 in a row at Lowe's.
Unbelievable, guys. You guys are the best.
One more shot in 3 and 4 for Stewart.
Can't get there.
Jeff Gordon brings Hendrick Motorsports back to victory lane at Martinsville.
Yes, good breath of fresh air.
Came here in Atlanta, won Busch race. Back the next day, won the Nextel Cup race. We talked about it. Sweep to become in fashion here in the Nextel Cup Series. And Carl Edwards sweeps at Atlanta.
Tony Tony Stewart is 6th, and that really will affect the championship standings as we head for Phoenix next week. Carl Edwards.
You can take a break. It's yours.
It is his. Carl Edwards wins at Texas. That was something to watch. Understand Rick wasn't feeling well earlier in the week. Hopefully he's better today. This will help.
He loves his race cars and loves the victories.
Fuck yeah, Alan. Nice work, boys.
Young Kyle Busch brings it off a turn for his second win of the season. Kyle Busch wins at Phoenix.
That's it, right there.
Last lap of the season. Teammates Mark Martin and Greg Biffle fighting for the lead while Tony Stewart tries to hang on to his position to clinch the championship.
Oh, this is going to be good off of 2.
This has been Biffle's sweet spot off the second corner.
Mark's there.
He's there.
And I think Mark's been better in 4.
Looks that way.
See if he can hold on. Boy, Biffle drove in deep.
Will it stick?
Oh, he's sliding up the track.
Out of 4, they come to the line. Wow! Greg Biffle wins the race. Watching for Tony Stewart.
Hey, did we get second?
Tony Stewart is the 2005 NASCAR Nextel Cup Series champion.
And Greg Biffle, the first thing he asked, are we second in NASCAR Nextel Cup points?